My name is Thomas. I was not a smart man. Everyone in our small village knew that. But I was the luckiest man in the world because I had Sarah. Sarah was my wife. She was beautiful, kind, and very intelligent. She could speak 3 languages and solve almost any problem. I was just a simple farmer. I worked in the fields every day. I could read and write a little, but that was all. People often asked, how did Thomas marry such a clever woman? They said I was very lucky. And they were right. Every day I thanked God for Sarah. We lived in a small house. We didn't have much money, but we were very happy. Our house smelled of fresh bread and flowers. Every morning, Sarah made breakfast for me. Every evening, she waited for me with a warm meal and a big smile. "How was your day, my dear husband?" she always asked. "Hard," I answered, "but coming home to you makes everything okay." We laughed a lot. Our neighbors smiled when they heard us. But not everyone was happy. Near our house lived a man named Marcus. He was rich and well-educated. He studied law and worked for the government. He wore nice clothes and had a lot of money. But Marcus was not happy with his own wife, Helen. She was kind, but she was not clever. She often burned the food and forgot things. One day, Marcus saw Sarah at the market. She was talking, laughing, and buying vegetables. She looked smart and full of life. Marcus watched her and thought, this woman should be my wife. She deserves a smart man like me, not a simple farmer. From that day, Marcus became jealous. He wanted Sarah for himself. One afternoon, Marcus came to our house. I was there with Sarah. "Thomas," he said, "let's be honest. You are not clever. You are just a farmer. You are not good enough for Sarah. She is brilliant. She deserves better. She deserves me." I was very angry. "Get out of my house," I shouted. "Wait," Marcus said. "I have a good idea. Let's exchange wives. I will take Sarah, and you can take my wife Helen. Everyone will be happier." I couldn't believe it. "Are you crazy?" I shouted. "Sarah is my wife. I love her." Marcus smiled coldly. "If you are so sure, let's go to the judge tomorrow. He will test you. If you are smart enough for Sarah, you can keep her. If not, she must come with me." Marcus left. I was scared. My hands were shaking. Sarah came close and put her hand on my shoulder. "Don't worry, my love," she whispered softly. "Everything will be fine." But I couldn't stop worrying. Marcus was right. I was not a clever man. How could I pass the judge's test? That night, I could not sleep. I lay in bed, looking at the ceiling, feeling very afraid. The next morning, Marcus and I went to the judge's house. The judge was an old man with a white beard and kind, wise eyes. Marcus told him everything. The judge listened and then looked at me. "Young man," the judge said, "maybe your wife needs a husband who is as smart as her. But I will give you a chance. I will ask you 2 questions. If you answer them, you can keep Sarah. If not, you must give her to Marcus." My heart was beating very fast. "First question," said the judge. "How many stars are there in the sky?" I didn't know what to say. It was impossible to count the stars. Marcus laughed loudly. Second question, the judge continued. Where is the center of the earth? Again, I had no answer. My mind was empty. The judge felt sorry for me. These are hard questions. Go home and think. Come back tomorrow with your answers. If you have none, you must accept Marcus's plan. I walked home slowly, feeling very sad. I thought I would lose Sarah. When I got home, it was evening. I stood outside trying to count the stars. 1, 2, 3. It was hopeless. Sarah came outside. Thomas, what are you doing? Come inside. Dinner is ready. I can't, I said with tears in my eyes. I have to count the stars. If I can't answer the judge's questions, I will lose you. I told her everything. I cried and said, I am stupid. Marcus is right. You deserve a better husband. Sarah smiled gently and took my hands. Oh, my dear husband, she said, you are not stupid. You are kind and honest. You are the best man in the world. Come inside. I will help you. She gave me the answers. Her eyes were full of love and cleverness. The next morning, Marcus came to our house with a cruel smile. Ready to lose your wife? He asked. I'm ready, I said. Sarah gave me a big basket full of rice grains and a long wooden spear. Take these, she whispered. You know what to do. Many people from the village came to watch. We went to the judge. Thomas, the judge said, do you have the answers? Yes, sir, I replied. Marcus laughed in disbelief. First question, said the judge. How many stars are in the sky? I poured all the rice grains on the ground. They spread everywhere. The number of stars in the sky, I said, is exactly the same as the number of rice grains in this basket. Everyone was surprised. Marcus shouted, That's not a real answer. But the judge smiled. It is a clever answer. No one can prove it is wrong because you cannot count all the stars or all the grains. Now, second question, the judge said. Where is the center of the earth? I took the wooden spear and pushed it into the ground right in front of the judge. Here, I said. The center of the earth is exactly here. Marcus jumped up again. This is nonsense, he shouted. The judge raised his hand and smiled. No, it is a very smart answer. If you want to prove it is wrong, you must dig to the center of the earth and show us. But you cannot. Therefore, Thomas wins. The judge looked at Marcus. Thomas may keep his wife. Your request is denied. Marcus was very angry and walked away quietly. I ran to Sarah and hugged her. She smiled and said, I told you everything would be fine. From that day, we lived happily together. I learned that being kind and having a clever wife is better than being the smartest man in the village. Nonsense! How can he know that? Marcus shouted. If you don't believe me, I said calmly, then dig into the earth until you reach the center. Only then can you prove I'm wrong. The judge laughed. Excellent! These are very clever answers. This man is not ignorant at all. But Marcus stepped forward, his face red with anger. He didn't think of these answers himself, he shouted. Someone helped him. The judge looked at me seriously. Is this true? Did someone give you the answers? I had never lied in my life. I answered honestly. Yes, my wife helped me. Marcus smiled evilly. You see, Judge, he is stupid. He cannot think for himself. His clever wife needs a clever husband. a husband like me. The judge nodded slowly. I'm afraid Marcus is right. If you cannot think for yourself, you do not deserve such a clever wife. Go home, both of you. Tomorrow, you will exchange your wives. I walked home with tears in my eyes. My heart was full of pain. Sarah was waiting at the door. What happened, my dear husband? I ruined everything, I cried. I told the judge you helped me. Now tomorrow I will lose you forever. Sarah was quiet for a moment. Then she smiled mysteriously. Don't cry, my love. You haven't lost me yet. Listen carefully. Tomorrow, go to Marcus. Tell him you accept the exchange. Invite him and the judge to our house for a special celebration meal. But why? I asked. That will make it worse. Trust me, Sarah said, looking into my eyes. Trust me one more time. The next morning, I went to Marcus. I accept, I said. Come to my house this afternoon with the judge. My wife will prepare a special feast. Marcus was very happy. He thought he had won. That afternoon, Marcus and the judge arrived. Sarah came out with a basket and a pot. Everything looked nice at first. The judge took some bread and bit it. His face changed. The bread was completely burned and black. Smoke came out. What is this? The judge asked, coughing. It's my bread, Sarah said happily. I burn it every day. Don't you like it? Marcus tried it too. It was hard, like stone. Then Sarah brought the chicken stew. The chicken still had all its feathers in the soup. A feather landed on the judge's plate. The judge looked sick. Marcus looked green. This is how I cook every day, Sarah said with a sweet smile. Right, my dear husband? Yes, I said. This is exactly how she cooks. The judge pushed the food away. Marcus looked horrified. Wait, Marcus said quickly. I think I was mistaken. My wife may not be clever, but she can cook good food. I don't want to exchange any more. The judge looked at Sarah. This woman is truly clever, he said. Clever enough to pretend to be a bad wife, to protect the man she loves. That is the greatest intelligence. He turned to Marcus. You were foolish to want her. Keep your wife, Thomas. Marcus and the judge left quickly. They almost ran away. When the door closed, Sarah and I laughed and laughed until we cried. Sarah went to the kitchen and brought out real, delicious food, soft bread and perfect chicken stew. We sat down and ate happily. Sarah, I asked, why did you choose me? You could have married a rich or clever man. She took my hand and said, cleverness is not only in books, my love. You make my world brighter every day. That is the truest intelligence. From that day, Marcus never bothered us again. He moved to another village. Sarah and I lived a long, happy life. We had children and filled our house with love and laughter. I learned that love is more important than being smart. A kind heart and a clever wife can solve any problem. That night, like every night, I looked up at the stars. I still couldn't count them, but I didn't need to. I had already found the brightest star in the universe, and she had chosen me. The end.